As Shane Top once said, I have come here to eat ass and watch anime. And guess who just finished One Piece? As of 2 days ago, I'm 100% caught up with One Piece. This is a thing I didn't think was ever going to happen. I even took a break for a couple months to assure that this would not happen so I wouldn't get bored. But then stories got so good and I just kept going, and now 1,164 chapters later, I have to wait week for week and I don't like it. I'm not going to spoil anything because I don't know if the 4 people that listen to my podcast actually read or watch One Piece. But if we ever get to the point where they animate the stuff that I'm reading, like if the world doesn't die and end before that, it is surely going to break the internet. There was a big fucking battle at like episodes 400 or 500 or so, and that was incredible. That is art. It's pure cinema. This has the potential to dwarf that and make it look like baby shit. So I'm really hoping that we get to that point. Hopefully I don't die. Hopefully the world doesn't end. And we get to see all this come to fruition, because god fucking damn it. But on to today. We once again do not have any movie reviews because this week has still been busy. But next week doesn't look nearly as hectic for me, so I should at least have some time to watch a movie, maybe 2, maybe even 3, and probably talk about one of them. They can't all be too bad, so like we'll be able to talk about some shit next week. I got this entire weekend off. And then the only day that I have plans is on Friday for next week. So, I got time. I got time to watch some spooky shit, some real intense shit, some gross shit. Who knows what's on the plate? I have a whole list of movies that I still need to get through, and I don't know where to start. So, I have figured out another way to talk about movies, in the form of the podcast question for this week. And that is, what is your comfort movie? What is a movie that you can watch over and over and over again, that you just turn your brain off, you put on, you don't know what else to watch, you put on? What is your comfort horror movie? Doesn't necessarily need to be your favorite horror movie, just one that you just don't get tired of. Some things are better in moderation. Like if I had to watch The Neverending Story like 20 times a year, I'd probably hate it. But because I watch it maybe 2 times a year, it's still my favorite movie. And that's the sentiment we're going into today. Gonna go through some of your choices. I even have some movie trivia and fun facts about some of these movies. We're gonna get into mine, and then we're gonna go into the other topics. We got plenty of music that dropped I'm gonna give my opinions on. We got plenty of shows that are coming up, both mine and bands all over the area. And then I have some musical recommendations for you. Bands that you probably haven't heard. So you know what to do. Grab a drink, grab a snack, get nice and comfy in your favorite chair. We're about to kill some time. Let's fucking go.
What you doing, son?
Nothing. Just chilling. Killing.
True.
Can't thank you enough for connecting the murders of Big Bird and Sam the Eagle. The whole killing 2 birds with 1 stone thing. I can't believe we didn't see it. Rocco's going away for a very long time, so thank you.
That's the thing about having red fur. No one can see the blood on our noses.
Sometimes you can't make up your mind and you just default back to old reliable. The amount of times my wife and I have I want to watch this, I want to watch this. We can't make a compromise. We look at each other and go, Grandma's Boy. And we must have watched Grandma's Boy like 30 times over the last like 5 years. It's what we default back to. Sometimes it's the same thing with horror. You want to watch a spooky movie, a dark movie, a scary movie, something with spooky Halloween vibes. But you can't make up your mind what it is, so you're like, fuck it, we're gonna watch Phantasm. We're gonna watch Killer Clowns. I'm gonna watch Suspiria for the 20th time this year. It happens. So I ask you what your comfort horror movie is. And I got some pretty good answers. So let's go through some of them. And if I know some shit about these movies, I will tell you a little fun fact sprinkled into this bitch. Let's go. Jody Moore on TikTok says any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, but Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is their favorite. I love that one too. It's very close to a couple of my other favorite movies. Did you know, though, that Chuck Russell, the director for this movie, wasn't the original director, and it was supposed to be a script by Wes Craven and Bruce Wagner? They originally quoted saying $20 million for budget. And then the new person, Chuck, came in and was like, no. That's too much. $4.5 million for budget. And then they got it all done. Could you imagine what we could have gotten for Nightmare 3 if we utilized $20 million? Shit would have been fucking crazy. I also recently found out that the scene that they had the clay doll that morphs itself into Freddy's face and likeness and starts moving around, that was all done in reverse. I always wondered how they did that, but I didn't know or even think that they did it in reverse. The guy sculpted Freddy's face out of clay, and then you stop animation, and every single frame would just make it a little more simplified and plain with every picture, until it was just regular clay doll at the beginning. And they played it all in reverse. I didn't know that, and I thought that was super cool, so I figured, sprinkle that in there for you, because it resolves in this movie. My fucking boys over at Welcome to Creepy Camp says the Monster Squad. Now this might shock a lot of people, but just like every episode, we find out a little bit more about old TJ here. I've never seen the Monster Squad, and I think you might have just inspired me to watch it. That might be one of the movies that I watched this weekend. Don't know why I've never watched it. I've wanted to, and I've attempted, and then ADHD brain goes, ooh, other movie, and then switch to that. So I got today, tomorrow, and the next day off, so one of these days I'll probably watch Monster Squad. But from what I've told, it's a cult favorite. Everybody likes it, so I'm not surprised to see it here on this list. And Robzilla on TikTok says all of them. Rob loves every horror movie. They're all his comfort. Really, Rob? Really? Are you gonna sit there and say a Serbian film is your comfort movie? I mean, maybe. You're probably a cringe lord. I don't know who you are. But that's a wide array of things to just across the board give a thumbs up to. Normally I'd be like, that's the spirit. But no, there's far too much nonsense and garbage out there for me to greenlight this across the board. Thanks for the comment, though. Over on the Killing Time with KM Instagram, Skylar Rose says they are still very new to horror movies, but currently it's World War Z. Now, I haven't seen World War Z. It was around the time where I wasn't really into zombie movies when it came out, so I just stayed away from it. Over the last couple years, I've grown to appreciate zombie movies. Maybe I should go back and check it out. But don't apologize for being new. We all start somewhere. If that's your fucking comfort movie, Hell yeah, that's unique. A lot of people just pick one of the big ones. Yes, this was an inadvertent shot at the next 3 people. Y'all my homies, so I don't care, but pew pew pew. Anthony, Jaden, and Casey all chose Scream. And I get it. Scream is incredible. Scream 3, might be an unpopular opinion, is my favorite Scream movie so far. I haven't seen all of them, but from what I've seen, it's my favorite so far. Scream 1, though, really, really good. I like Scream 1 way more than Scream 2. And I actually do have a little bit of fun facts and trivia for you regarding Scream. I'm probably telling people who already know these things, because if you like it, you probably know a little bit of information, but whatever. Did you know that the original name for Scream was in fact Scary Movie? And then when it was not used, the people who made Scary Movie, a spoof pretty heavily critiquing and parodying this movie, chose to drop the name on there and just be like, now this is Scary Movie. Which honestly works better because it's like an homage to the original Scream name, but also they're talking about other scary movies, so it's like not to pinpoint itself as one thing, just Scary Movie across the board. I like that idea. And I love that it's like the original name for Scream. That's so hilarious. And also, Matthew Lillard being cast as Stu was not originally the casting decision. He was accompanying his girlfriend to an unrelated audition that just happened to be in the same building as where they were doing the auditions for Scream. One of the casting directors just saw him and was like, "You want to give this a go?" He was like, "Alright, sure, why not?" And then apparently won them over so much that they're like, "Yeah, that's you. You're the guy. Nobody else. Everybody else can go the fuck home." Matthew Lillard is Stu. I wonder if there's like a video out there of his like casting thing. I want to see exactly what he did that just wowed him so much. And Luke from Lost Planet says Puppet Master 3 Till I Die. Damn, you guys. A lot of these are just like surface level horror picks, but the pulls are fucking pulls. Like, I haven't seen any of the Puppet Master movies. I know a lot of people who like fuck with them really heavy, but I've never given them the time of day. It didn't look like anything that I would like. But Luke, I respect that. I respect that. To be so, like, for and behind a deep cut pick like that, I fuck with it. Respect to you, dude. Respect. Now, while everybody gave me a bunch of great movies, they're all good, I assume. I haven't seen all of them, but if you like them, I trust your judgment. They're good to somebody. I feel, and I'm going to say this with my whole chest, I might have even said this on the podcast before, I feel that Intruder is one of the best slashers of all time, and it is easily my comfort horror movie. Since I found out about it 4 years ago, I've probably watched it 5 times the first year, another 5 times. I think I've probably watched it 4 times this year. I've watched it more than any other horror movie this year. There's something about like the sound design, that the score is just really cool and eerie, though the intro lingers far too long, and then you're like, okay, get to the fucking movie. But the sound design is really good, the kills are really good, and I'm just a sucker for like an occupational horror movie. Something that's like in a workplace setting or something, someplace that's a setting that's just not standard. Not a movie that you're going to be like, I can see everything coming because I've seen this same setting time and time again. Like all these doors, oh, they're gonna go in and out of these doors in the hallway and barely escape each other. Oh, there's a kitchen. They're gonna get stabbed with a knife or something. Oh, this is a dark alley. He's gonna come out of the shadows and grab them. No. We got the meat counter. We got the beer cooler. We have the produce department, the cash registers. We have the place where they're doing all the food prep in the back. We got the carts outside. We got the place in the back room where they crush the cardboard. All that shit. We even have some camera shots through the carts themselves. This is so different than so many other slasher films. And I fuck with literally every bit of this. Even the parts where I would normally cringe because of the dialogue. I don't like confrontation really. So when they had like the whole ex-boyfriend backing up Renee Estevez and questioning her and being aggressive, normally I cringe. But over time, as I continued to watch this movie more and more and more, I have learned to appreciate it, and it's really strongly setting up some kind of diversion where they're trying to instill into your head that yes, he is a bad guy, but he is definitely going to be the bad guy. And then over time you realize, like, no, he's just a shitty guy. He's just a shitty person. But the killer that everybody is dealing with is not him. And I'm not going to tell you who it is. But it's a cool reveal, and it makes for an incredible series of kills and moments and quotes. I just think the world of this movie. And also, little fun fact for you, this is the one fun fact that I'm going to drop. It's not exactly fun. It's kind of sad, especially if you're a fan of him. Bruce Campbell is billed at the very top of this movie. In the credits, on the box, everything. You expect him to be this big star with a prominent role. That's not true. He shows up for like a minute, maybe a minute and a half of like the last 10 minutes of the movie. And he shows up as a police officer. So if you're going into this thinking, I want to watch my fucking dude, Bruce Campbell, you won't really be doing that until the movie is almost over. But yeah, unless the whole Bruce Campbell thing is going to ruin it for you, definitely check out Intruders. I believe it's on like Max, and it's on Tubi, and it's honestly, you can probably even find it on fucking YouTube. I don't know, I haven't looked there. Let's talk some music. New Jersey core band Bludgeon just put out a new song called Misery, and I thought I wasn't gonna like it. When I just saw the name, I was like, motherfuckers are bringing back Z's in names. This ain't 2005. You ain't the Hardy Boys. But curiosity got the best of me. I clicked that shit, and immediately my eyes went big. My head started bobbing. I was enjoying everything that was going down. To have such a beefy, bassy, beat down sound, I loved it. I loved this. Easy way for me to enjoy your song. Have a bassy production and put samples in your shit. If I hear a movie clip and then immediate bassy breakdown stuff, I automatically give you at least a B. I mean, unless the drums sound weird and your fucking vocalist sounds like Chris Barnes, you're like, and then I'm like, okay, you're getting at tops a fucking D-. Fuck you. But that was not the case with Bludgeon. That shit went hard from the moment I pressed play, and I was floored. One of the very few times that seeing a song with a Z in it when it does not need to be there impresses me. Holy shit. Go check them out if you haven't yet. Do you mind if a white boy gets a little sad for a second? Now, I have been a fan of this band since I've listened to emo music, and I started when I was in like 7th grade. This is not it. I'm disappointed. Armor for Sleep just dropped a new album called There Is No Memory, and while they were at one point my favorite emo band of all time, I am supremely disappointed Instrumentally, this slapped. Vocally, great job. Lyrically, this is poop from a butt. I feel terrible saying this, but this literally seems like somebody went on ChatGPT and was like, what would it be like if a 10-year-old wrote an emo song? And then it gave him these lyrics, and he was like, sounds good to me, let's hit the studio, boys. Like, it's not 100% shit, like, across the board. Out of, like, I think it's like 10 songs on this, I think like 2 of them are really good. But majority of it is just like, okay, how long can you do the same thing, but then progressively make it worse? And I wasn't the biggest fan of the last Armor for Sleep album, but it was better than this. I had like 5 slappers on that thing. And now I'm coming to here and I'm like, I dread if they keep doing music and they have another album after this. I'm just gonna take the executive decision and just not listen to it because I'm just getting depressed. And not because of lyrical content, but because of decline in quality. German post-hardcore band JOTA just dropped a new 6-song release. I don't know if it's technically an album or an EP. There's some shit out there about that. I don't want to dive too far into it. But they just dropped a new 6-song release, and this is great. It's not exactly what I was hoping for, given the intro to everything. But as it progressed, I was like, I can definitely see this band getting a lot of appeal and a lot of hype if more people just find out about them. This is like, for fans of Bad Omens, if you want to experience what old school style Screamo was. Like 90s, early 2000s Screamo post-hardcore mixed with nowadays post-hardcore metalcore. It's that perfect middle ground. The dissonant, just ripping out my throat style vocals, heartfelt lyrics, but then a well-produced post-hardcore instrumentation behind it. I love this. And shout out to Bandcamp, because I always forget about Bandcamp, and then I find gems like this on there constantly. So if that little snippet that I played for you intrigues you, and the way that I described all of this really gets you hyped, definitely go on YouTube, go on Bandcamp. They might be on Spotify. I didn't find them on Spotify. I didn't look for them on Spotify, but they might be there. It's JOTA. They are a German post-hardcore group. I think you would fucking dig them. Cold Steel just dropped a new album this morning called Discipline and Punish. Cold Steel is a band that I've seen a lot on social media and flyers and Spotify and stuff, but I never checked them out because I see the art style that they use, I see their logo, and I assume they are something different, something I will not like. I think of it more as like power metal, headbanging kind of stuff, and I didn't want to try it. And then when it was lumped in with hardcore releases, I looked it up, and bro, this is hardcore thrash crossover with a raw presentation, and I'm fucking heavy with this. Today has been teaching me don't judge a book by its cover. We got people putting out slappers with a Z in the fucking name. We got people that I thought were one band that are a completely different band. Bro, okay. Yeah, y'all have convinced me to just open my mind more. The drums pop. The guitars are wild. The aggression is there, and the whole thing is very, very raw. This is like seeing one of the best hardcore punk bands, but like at a basement venue, and everything is mic'd up properly. This is the vibes that I get. Like a really cool, aggressive basement show. Not some overproduced studio bullshit. A really good, aggressive garage band type vibe. And they even got some cool features. Like the vocalist from Jesus Piece and the guy who used to be in Adalia. Like, I fucked heavy with Adelia back in the day. So to see that name again and hear those vocals again, bro, that got me so hyped. So if that aggressive, raw, thrashy, crossover, hardcore shit is for you, if that's the stuff you normally listen to, then make sure that Cold Steel is in your rotation. You will not be sad. So as the movies have been talked about, and the music has been talked about, it's time for me to plug some shows. Both my shows, both your shows, shows that you should go to, shows in general. Like, I am playing in Newmarket, New Hampshire tomorrow night. It is a free show. It is an all-ages show. And most importantly, it is a stacked show. We got Den the Doom, we got Hope the Rapper, Sativa Steve, Jimmy LeClaire, Six Minds Combined, Cryptic, Labor 207, Joey Painter, AO Money Meech, and Kill Murray. Stacked lineup, gonna go quick. It's at a bowling alley that also has food and beer and all that good shit, so definitely come out. Newmarket, New Hampshire, Rumors, Bar, and Bowling. And then next week, we are heading back to Greenfield, Massachusetts, to the Dock in Which, a place that I absolutely love performing with a bunch of familiar faces as Ray Spider and Tito Moe come back out. A-Dubs comes back out. Renegade Rettle comes back out. And Jazzy Bell comes back out to Greenfield, Massachusetts. But with them, we got Pharaoh Bacon, we got O-Min, and we got Q-Ferb. And I've played Q-Ferb before, and that energy is gonna have that place fucking bouncing like no tomorrow. So please, next week, if you are free, head on out to Greenfield, Massachusetts, and fucking party with me. But there are a bunch of other events that I am not involved with that I hope that you attend, because they need your support and they deserve it fucking all. Bad Burger in Manchester, New Hampshire is having their own party November 14th. So if you don't go to my show, you best be fucking here, because Desolation, Forked Tongue, Rat Blood, and Voluntary Victim are going to be tearing it up for $15. What's better than that is seeing that fucking show with some fries and a burger and a beer right at your side as you're headbanging like a motherfucker. Nothing beats that shit. So November 14th at Bad Burger, come out for a great metal showcase. November 22nd, Hardcore once again takes over the Cambridge, Massachusetts Elks. At the Hardcore Stadium, there is one badass fucking show about to go down, featuring Ugly, Neighborhood Shit, Vice Grip, Stop Loss, Lark's Head, and Cop Out, and it's just $10. You know what's the best kind of hardcore show? An affordable hardcore show. Not like any of these $20 motherfuckers. Not one of these giant fucking festivals, though I do have like a festival for you. Just a bare bones, get in that place, listen to those bands, throw some pocket change down, and have a great fucking night. Those are the best kind of shows. And because Anchor's Up ain't around anymore, and it's getting harder and harder to find hardcore shows that are affordable. Lots of places are shutting down, lots of places are steering away from heavy music, but the Hardcore Stadium is still fucking there. And they deserve to have you there November 22nd. And even though I just talked a little bit of shit on multi-day, multi-band cards, like festivals and shit, there's one that I definitely recommend that you check out. And it is The Fight Before Christmas 2. And goddamn is there a lot of bands. But you can afford this. It is $20 for a one-day pass, $35 for the entire fucking weekend. But you know what? If you're a good person, it gets even cheaper than that. because with a toy donation, because this is a toy drive, you get some kid a nice little toy for Christmas, you get in for even cheaper. It takes place December 13th, and goddamn are these some bands on there. You got Bed of Razors, Execute, Raid from New York, Heavyweight, Mortar, Edict, Fishface, Silent Spring, Breakout from Oppression, Raid from Massachusetts, Dying in Vain, Unbroken, Apologies, and like 10 more. It's all weekend. You get there, $15 with a gift, and if you donate a gift, it's $25 for the entire weekend. December 13th in Brighton, Massachusetts. So those are the movies. That was the music. Those were the shows. I'm hungry as fuck. I want to go and make some tacos. So I'm going to head out. Thank you guys for listening, and have a great night.